Hi, this is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. Hey, guys. Hey, we're going to talk about my favorite subject today, which is sales. All right. We got a great subject for you today, so let's go ahead and get to it. What is our subject for today? Our subject for today is selling. How to mirror your clients and sell them. What in the world? How to mirror your clients and sell them? What does that mean? Well, first off, you know, everybody has their own type of personality. You may be a person who's a real happy-go-lucky kind of person like me, and then you may talk to a customer who ain't. You may talk to people who ain't like you. Everybody's different. So what we're trying to do here is we want to not be just like the customer, but we want to mirror the customer. So if a customer has an inclination to want to do something, well, you kind of want to be right there along with them. You don't want to be an adversary or a person who's against them. You want to kind of like be smooth and polished. You know, when you have a customer and they're wanting to buy something, you just ask for the order and write it up. But see, there is a process to it, and we got to remember that when we're running through our selling process, the customer doesn't necessarily know that that's what we're doing. They just think that, you know, we're just trying to sell them something. But when you're trying to mirror a customer, let's just say, for instance, over the phone, you got a person who's very quiet, very subdued. You can't go in there, hey, you need to buy this, you need to buy this, blah, 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 blah. You'll run the customer right off. They may be a personality that needs somebody to be laid back and professional. Then you got your other people that are very outgoing. These kind of people, they ask a lot of questions. They like to have fun when they're talking to people over the phone. And it's just real cool to help people like that. And they are not always the easiest people to sell. Okay? Just because somebody will have a conversation with you doesn't mean that they're open to buying. But it makes sense that you ask for the order as often as possible. You know, when you're trying to mirror, like say, for instance, a customer who's maybe the opposite of mirror is to go the opposite. You got an angry, frustrated customer who's got a bad attitude. You don't want to mirror them in the sense of being mean or rude and obnoxious, but what you do want to do is let them have their 15 minutes of fame. If they got to complain and argue and be frustrated about something, that's okay. Let them have that time to be able to vent. Because see, if you oppose them, then you won't win, and they win, and nobody will buy anything, and there's no sale. So you got to let people be themselves. So by letting your customer vent, you'll be able to say, you know, I understand how you feel. Now, you may not actually understand how they feel, but because you're empathetic and you say to yourself, you know what, this customer does have a valid point, but I'm here for a reason. I'm here to sell something. And sometimes people have these ruses, these smoke screens to keep you from selling them. They'll come up with all kinds of reasons why things aren't working out. But our whole thing is to get them back on track and to keep them online. And a way to mirror a customer too is if you're standing in front of them. If you are noticing that they're bending their head and they're standing a particular way, just kind of mirror them. And what happens is you guys get in sync with each other. And it's easier to sell with somebody if they think that, you know, you're just like they are. That, you know, because see, people buy from people that they like, that they trust, and are a lot of times like them. You know, it's just the reality of it. So we have to be chameleons as salespeople, and we have to be different types of people. We have to mirror people differently. If somebody's a rock and roller, you ain't going in there, you know, talking about country music. If they're talking about fishing, you don't go out there and start talking about baseball. You want to mirror. You want to make them feel comfortable that they're talking with you, because this is a sales process, guys. And by mirroring the customer, it puts them at ease. It really, really does. If you notice that somebody's doing something and they're walking around and stuff, you can get their attention by having a short conversation with them, hand them something that they have to hold in their hand that's of significant importance, like a pen. You can keep somebody's attention like that by just having something that you've handed to them. And if you mirror them in a way that's complimentary, they're going to buy from you. They're going to say, well, this is a good old boy. This was just like me. And I like to buy from people just like me. You know, I'm not going to say, you know, if they're country, you start acting country. If they're rock and roll, you start acting rock and roll. But I am saying that you probably have to do that. And I ain't saying lie, manipulate, or cheat anybody, but people want to be comfortable. They want to know that you care. And if you can at least mirror them and, kind of have some scenarios that you are in agreement with. You got families that are saying, because you're having a conversation, you're asking a bunch of questions of them to get information so that you can close the sale. But this mirroring thing, oh, you got a family? Oh, me too. Oh, you've been working for how long at that job? Oh, me too. Oh, and by the way, you say, your kids go to this school? Well, mine do too. Mirroring can be in different meanings, okay? Not just stand in front of a mirror and just, be exactly what you see. But it's an idea. It's a concept, mirroring, kind of making yourself available to many different types of people. And if somebody's outgoing, you be outgoing. If they're laid back, you be laid back. If they're right to the point, you need to get right to the point. Because a lot of people don't want to buy from people that they feel uncomfortable with. Okay? And here's the thing. Selling is a great job. I love every single thing about selling. There's good stuff, bad stuff, hard stuff. I just love it all. And I share all this stuff with you. This is just a basic thing, mirroring your client. What does that mean? If you're new in sales, this is going to be really, really important for you. You need to do more research on mirroring your clients. There's a lot of techniques and closing techniques that you can use, and you need to build up your toolbox, your selling toolbox, so that way when you're able to pull from that box those things you need at a time when you're trying to sell. And the more you learn, the better you get, as long as it's good training and good information. My name is Gary Lee Stanley. We just had a very simple conversation about selling, why it's important to mirror your customer. So do me a favor, go out there and sell something. Have a great day. And listen, I'm mirroring you. You're important and you matter. So go out there and sell something. And God bless you. And we're important and we matter. Mirroring people can make people feel comfortable. So feel comfortable, go out there and sell something. Today's a good day for a good day. And I just say thank you. Selling and mirroring. I want to be just like my customers. Or should they want to be like me? Okay. We're mirroring. Bye-bye.